invoice hold reason. Anything you can use, no issue. Here we are not going to concentrate on app side. So here your hold has been created. Now let us see whether the backend table, which table is affected. The table which affected is select star from AP hold codes, where I want to see the row, the columns of the table. This is a table which stores hold code information. What is the hold which we have created? This is a hold name, right? So this is the information is stored in which column? Hold lookup code. Let us see whether it is affected or not. See here, hold type lookup code is nothing but from the front end name, and hold type is nothing but it is a hold region invoice hold region, and description is nothing but here also description. This is about invoice hold, custom hold created. Now let us see whether this particular hold is applied on any of the invoice. AP holds all is a table which stores the information of the invoice with hold reason, hold code, or custom hold, anything, any hold name. So here the column you can see hold lookup code. What is your hold name? This one, right? So no invoice is applied on no invoice. This particular hold is applied. So for that reason, now I'm going to take one invoice. What is the second step? Take any invoice. Say this is the invoice I'm going to take, and apply newly created hold. So let us see how we can apply this particular hold on a invoice. Go to invoice, entry, invoices. It will open the AP invoice screen. Here just click on F11, and here place your invoice number and click on Control F11. Then it will show you invoice details. Here you can see screen tab called holds. Here you have to apply your hold. Just click here. Here what is your hold name? XXMRA. So here this hold automatically comes here as a LOV. Just save it. When you see here, when you query this AP holds all, did you get any record as earlier? No. Now see here, you got record. What is the invoice? This is the invoice. So let us see what is the invoice number. Select star from AP invoices all, where invoice ID is equals to, spelling is mistake, invoice. Okay, this is invoice. See here in the front end you can see what is the invoice we have used. On this invoice this custom hold have been applied. And next one is check from backend. It is completed just now. And the third one is decide whom to send this whole information. Find the supervisor of the created by. Here this invoice is created by some person, right? So here there is a who column called created by. So who is created by? This one. This is a user ID which stores in the FND user. Select star from FND user, where user ID is equal to 1318. So this is the username which is used to log in into your Oracle application. It is not sure that it is employee information. This employee, if you want to know employee information, there is a column called employee ID. This is the employee ID. If you want to know your employee information, this is a column which we need to look into. And the employee information is stored in which table? I think you all guys know it. For all people F, where here the person ID is nothing but employee ID in the user ID, FND user. Person ID is equals to 25. See guys, here user ID is different, person ID is different. Person ID is nothing but it is ID against your employee number. You just remember that point, very important. And here you can see one column called full name. This is the full name. The person who created this invoice is Scott Mr. Pat. This is the employee. He is the employee. And what is our requirement? I want to know the supervisor of the created by. this is just employee information, right? Who is created, just we have checked. Now I want to get a supplier, the employee supervisor information. Select star from per all assignments is a table where person ID is equals to 25. See here, the person, this is a person ID records. Here end date is, see, the same person is end dated 1997, same person end dated in 1998. That's why we got many records. Here try to add this logic and effective date, end date, and effective end date greater than or equal to sys date. Then you will get only one record. So here one column is called supervisor ID will be there. Yeah, this is a supervisor ID. So this particular 25, the Mr. Pat is working under, who is the employee? 31. So employee information, all, whether he is a supervisor or CEO, that person will be there in per all people F only, where person ID is equal to 31. So in this particular table, what is the column? Full name is nothing but column. So Brown Mr. Casey is the, this is very important. Brown Mr. Casey, Miss Casey, or whatever it is, Brown Casey. So here, what is the person ID? This one. This is an employee ID. It is nothing but employee ID in your F&D user. I want to know what is the application user name of this particular supervisor. What is application user of the supervisor? How, where I will be getting F&D user only, F&D user, where employee ID is equal to 31. So this is the username which we need to use to send the notification. Here if you want to send notification to the user, application user, you need to know the application user name, not exactly user, not the name of the user. Here you need to know this one, otherwise you can't perform, you can't develop this particular workflow. For that reason I have told you prerequisites. So with this, all prerequisites are completed. In the next video we will develop a workflow with example 1. Thanks for watching. Please watch next video. Hi friends, in this video we will develop example 1. Here the example 1 is sending AP invoice holds to the single user. In order to develop actual workflow XX AP invoice custom hold release, we need to go through 10 examples which I mentioned in the last class or last session. So it is split into 10 examples. So we'll go one by one. Now we'll discuss for example 1. In this example 1, what is our main aim is, I want to send AP invoice holds to the supervisor of created by invoice. Means the person who created the invoice, to his supervisor I want to send the AP invoice holds information. In the last video session we have discussed about prerequisites to this particular workflow in order to perform the testing. Now let us start with step 1. These are the steps which we'll be using for completing this work, for creating this workflow. First step is open the workflow builder. Go to workflow builder, which is installed in your system. It looks similar to like this, and you can see on top left side the version of your workflow builder. Next one is find the path of the workflow wfstd.wft in your local machine or database or server. Now our explanation till here itself. Let us see what is the purpose of the WSTD is. In order to perform, in order to develop a form, what we use, Oracle form, not Dutico form. Oracle form, what we do, we will be using template.fmb. On top of it, we will create a new form. Similar to that, WSTD is provided with Oracle in order to get some features from this particular WFTD into your new workflow. Let us see where this particular WFSTD is located. Go to C drive, go to Aura home, go to WF data US. Here you will find the WFSTD. Before developing anything, you just take the copy of this one and take backup like this. Once you take the backup, now you are ready to develop a new workflow. If anything goes wrong in this particular workflow, then you can take this backup. It is one of the best practice. Now let us go to next step. Now open WFSTD from the workflow builder. That is your next step. How can you open? Just go to file, open. Here you can see here two radio buttons. What is the first radio button? File. What is the second radio button? Database. If you are checking to the radio button file, then you are accessing to your local machine, your desktop. You are accessing. If you check this particular button, you are accessing some files, the workflows from the database, not from your local machine. So I'm accessing from my local machine. That's why I have checked this particular radio button. Go to browse. Now I know the path where the WSTD is located. But in some cases in your company, this may not be a C drive. This may be a D drive. Only thing is you need to find where Vara Home 1 is located. It is a D drive means you should see that here. You can see here Vara Home. Similar to that, here Vara Home. Once you find the Vara Home, just go to workflow, data, US, then you will find here WFSTD. The first time when you are developing, you just take the backup. That's it. I have opened it. Now, what is the next step? Now save as with any name in your local machine. Save this particular workflow with any name. Go browse. It will ask for name. You just try to use XXMRA sending notification to manager. This is your name of your workflow. Just copy this one and save. Now see here. Here earlier we don't have that particular workflow. When you save as, WFSTD will not be affected. A new workflow will be created here. I would like to delete this one to avoid confusion. XXMRA sending notification to manager is not there earlier. Now whatever the changes you will do, that will be affected to this one, not this one. That is the reason why we are asking to save as, not save. Once you save as, then you will see like this. Here the standard item type you will see. What it will have, all workflow builder components you can see. Attributes, processes, notification, functions, events, all 8 you can see here. See, when you go to lookups, these are already predefined lookup types. This is a already predefined message. This is already predefined functions. This is nothing but the notification already prepared by developed by the Oracle. It is providing. It is there readily available in the standard one. If you want any one of this, you just drag and drop into your new item type, and you should not touch anything in this particular standard item type. Now just in order to create new item type, so what is the next step we are having? Now create new item type. How can I create new item type? Just place your cursor on your standard item type, right click, new item type. Here item type must be having, what is the thumb rule I have mentioned in the last videos. Thumb rule is the internal name should be less than 8 characters, and in item type name must be in capital letters, and do not include any columns or leading spaces or trailing spaces in your internal name. That is your thumb rule. So first one is, in order to have internal name of the item type is must be having 8 characters. Note. So I would like to use only XX MGR, not. So 8 characters it is exceeded. Now I would like to use the same name which we have used here for saving the file. XXMRA sending notification to the manager, and the description is same as your display name. And here very important one is this persistence. Persistence is going to be covered in the separate session. Please wait for some time. And it will have 3 types. Persistence have 3 types. One is permanent, temporary, synchronous. We will cover permanent, why we use permanent, why we use temporary, and we will not use synchronous anytime. We will be using only one of the permanent or temporary. We'll discuss in the later sessions. But remember, always try to use in our sessions till I cover permanent. use temporary with 0 days, number of days as 0. So click on apply. Now item type is created. See here, previously we don't have this particular item type. Whatever you do the changes, you have to do to this particular item type, and do not touch the standard one. If you want note any function, you just copy it and paste in your function, that's it. But you should not touch anything in the standard. Just drag and drop from the standard to your item type. Just minimize standard. Now when I create the item type, it will create 7 components. See, attributes, processes, notification, functions, events, messages, and lookup types. Now what is the next step? Go to process, right click and go to new and fill all the required fields. Now what he is saying is just create the new process. Just go to process, new process. Here I need to give internal name, display name, description. What is the internal name you want to use? XX, MRA. Here there is no restriction on your name. Internal name for the process has no restriction. XX MRA notif to MGR. Notification process to MGR. So I would like to use same thing, same display name as description. And please try to have look at this particular one, and we will discuss at later session. It must be runnable, otherwise you can't run this particular workflow from your front end. You can't, this process can't be run. We will discuss it very clearly. Try to remember this one. The checkbox has to be runnable. When we have to have this runnable or non-runnable. And go to details, nothing has to be done. Roles, nothing has to be done. Access. This access level is also covered in the separate session. And click on OK. Now the process have been created. What is the next step? Go to process, it is completed, right? Now add start and end in the process monitor. So in the previous videos, if you remember, process is nothing but it is a similar to your begin and end in your PL SQL block. Begin and end in your PL SQL block. Here, see here, begin is replaced with start and end is replaced with end. So what we need to do now, just place your, click on process, and under functions, do you have any start button and end button? No. Now what we need to do is go to standard one, go to functions. Now you can see here end button, and you can see here somewhere start button. How we can add? Go to your item type. It is your item type. You under functions, if you have start and end, it's fine. If you don't find, then what we need to do, just go to standard one, go to functions, and here you can see end button, you can see start button. So now what we need to do, go to this particular function, double click, go to node attributes, nodes, and at start or end, you need to specify whether it is start button or end button. Next, go to function, same function, go to node, go to this particular tab, start or end, it is end. This is the mandatory. Now we have completed this point. Start and end we have placed in the process monitor. Now what is our goal? In order to send the notification to the specific user, that is supervisor, to the invoice created by. So now we have the process ready. What we need to do next step? Now add notification and connect between connect start with notification and then to end. How to create notification? So here, go to your item type, just place your cursor on notification, right click notification. Here you can give anything, XX MRA notification. So same name I would like to use. Yeah, mention with another name. It has some specific reason. XX MRA notification. XX MRA notification. Just click on apply. So other points I will cover later. Details need not to do anything, roles need not to do anything, and access need not to do anything. But here you see here we are missing one thing is messages, and when you go to roles you don't see anything here. Here we are missing one point is message. We will see now. So the notification has been created. Once the notification is created, what he is saying, connect start with notification and then to end. How we can, here we don't have a notification, just please drag and drop to this process monitor. Now connect start to notification, notification to end. Just place your cursor on the start button, right click and hold and drag like this. Place your cursor on the notification, right click, hold and move your mouse like this. Now the notification are connected. The start button is the starting button, begin. This is the execution section and this is the end section. Now save it. See, when you save it, you are getting two errors. One is invalid message activity, invalid activity message, null messages are required by the notification activities. No empty value is required. And second one is validation failed for child activity, XX MGR note and XX MRA notification. Notification must be assigned to a performer when used in process. So when we are discussing about the process, when you are discussing about the notification, I have told you two thumb rules. What is the thumb rule? Every notification must be associated with the performer. Every notification must be associated with a message. Here, because of missing these two rules, we are getting errors. In order to compile this workflow, we just go to file. Here it is not showing verify. Just go to this particular button. It will show you the errors, like compiling the RDF report. Now what is the first error? To avoid the first error, go to node. Here you can see performer. The notification system responsibility is, in order to send the message attached to it, it will send the message associated with it to a performer. That's it. It is a responsibility of the notification. So we have created the notification, but we have not attached any message to this particular notification, and we have not attached any performer to this particular notification. So now first we will clear the issue with the performer. So in the last video, you can, if you remember or not, the supervisor to this particular stock pad is Brown Casey. The Brown Casey application user is CB Brown. So this particular application user we need to use here. Now if you observe, when you validate it, only one error we are going to get, that is message null. Messages are required by the notification activity. So when you click on notification, here you can see here message. When you click here, you don't see any messages attached to it, or there are no messages created in this particular item type. So for that reason, we need to create a message. What is the next step? If you see, now create a message and message body and attach it to the notification. That is your next point. So how can I create? Go to message. Now click on message body, message, like double click on message. Now it will show you the message name, internal name, display name and description. What is the name you want to use? XX MRA notif MS. Message to manager. Message to manager. Now you are creating message here, but what about body? When you click on body tab, you can see here text body and HTML body. In real life, always your body will be HTML, 95%. Text body is very rare. But before going for HTML body, we will see how we can work with the text body. Now I want to send message to the manager, right? With what information? Whole information. Hi. What is the manager? What is the manager name? What is the manager name? Brown Casey. Just use this one. Go to message body. Here, hi Brown. Please find below invoices with which are having invoices on which invoice hold is applied. Now the information is invoice number. I want to send hold name, and next one is created by, and next one is operating unit. This is the information I want to send to my manager. Thanks. Oracle IT team. Here, what is the invoice number we have created? We have created invoice. We have applied invoice, applied a custom hold. This is an invoice. So I want to send this information. What is the hold which we have created on this particular invoice? This is the invoice hold we have created. And what is the created by? Who is the created by? The created by is stock pad. So what is the name of your employee? Stock pad. What is operating unit? In order to find this one, here you have invoice information. There is a column called org ID. Here you can see org ID as 204. So I would like to find out what is the operating unit here. The table which stores operating unit information is HR operating units, where organization ID is equal to 204. So what is the name of the operating unit? Vision operations. Vision operations. This is the body which I want to create. And finally, kindly take required action on above details. You can view here total view message like this also. So click on OK. Click on apply and OK. Now the message body have been created. Now what he is saying? Create message and message body. It is completed. Attach it to the notification as per the rule 2. Go to notification. See here how I am attaching. Go to notification. You can see here message. Here you have to attach. How I can attach here? Click on tab here. It will show you the message which you created. See what is the message you created? What is the message you created? If you observe here, what is the message you created? This is the message, right? Same message you can see here also. Then click on apply. Now your task is completed. Now how can I compile this one particular one? Go to this particular. If you observe, I am highlighting this particular one. Just go to this particular one, validate. It should show here also. Yes. Go to file, verify. Both are same. It is nothing but compiling your workflow. So once it is completed, then go to file, save as. Now it is already there in your local machine. I would like to save this particular workflow into your database. Apps, this. Here, when you want to do if you want to do anything, connect into the database, you have to give these 3 as TNS names. When you connect to through the report builder also, we need to give your TNS name, right? And with the DBA user ID and password. Similar to that, here also we need to give. That is mandatory. Once you click on OK, it will open. It will save into your database. See, when you save it into database, it will show you like this. That means the object we are handling is from the database. If you click on open again, if you open the workflow which you have created just now, XXMRA, see here what it is showing here with the folder, means it is coming from the local machine. Here when you see this particular symbol, it is coming from the database. Just for showing, I'm telling you. And here once it is saved, verified, everything is completed. Now it is saved into your database. Now let us see the tables which are affected. Select star from WF item types, where row num is equal to 1. I want to see the columns of this particular table. So this is here. What is the name column is nothing but, if you open your item type, here the internal name is nothing but name in the WF item types. Name is equal to. But if you observe here in this table, you can't find the information of the display name and description. How can I find that information? Means there is one more table called VL. Same table, but WF item types VL is a table which stores that information. See here, you can see here display name as well as your description. So these are the two tables affected when the item type is created. Next, when you go to this one, what is your process name?